What is going on, everybody? We're back again with another video. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys Season 3 of MLB The Show. It's obviously just come on out, so there's a ton of stuff to get into. Let's start off with a lot. You can obviously see a ton of stuff on here. They've released so much stuff, so let's just get right into it. Let's go to the XP Reward Path program, because they announced a ton of new stuff, a ton of new cards and everything like that. So we obviously have a lot of these All-Star, these packs from the All-Star game, which is a bunch of equipment and stuff like that. Let's get to the actual cards though. So we have these NL and All-Star packs. So from what they've said, you can get 4 out of the 7 of these packs throughout the whole program, but there's other ways to earn all the other cards. So we've got a lot of good cards with this. Let's start off with this Josh Hader card. All these cards I'm going to go through pretty quick, as you guys see, because there's a ton of stuff to get into today. So we're going to go crazy. But yeah, they released a ton of new cards. Obviously, all the All-Star cards are in here. We have a ton of Team Affinity cards to look at as well. So there's just a ton of cards in general. But you can pretty much get 4 out of the 7 of these cards. And a lot of them are pretty good. I mean, I know a lot of people don't like the 97s and everything like that, but most of them are pretty good. I'm glad a couple of these guys got a card like Brent Rooker and Diaz from the Rockies having pretty good seasons for their respective teams. So I like to see stuff like that. But yeah, a ton of new stuff got introduced today. I mean, we have the June monthly rewards coming on in. We've obviously had the new bosses coming on. We have Negro League Legends coming into the game. We have other new legends in the game as well. So let's go over the bosses real quick. This Josh Peterson card is literally insane. Can't wait to use him in my lineup. New legend right here, Mike Cameroon. So excited to get him. This card's really good as well. We got Marcus Semien once again as another one of the legends. Then we got Zach Gallen, obviously, from the Diamondbacks, who's been having a really good season as well. And then we have Buck O'Neil, one of the Negro League legends, who's also got a really good card in the game as well. So excited to see these guys in there. And then at 300,000 XP in the reward path, you get this John Donaldson pitcher card. It looks pretty good with his mix, and he's got some hitting stats, not really the best, but they're pretty decent across the board for this card. So he's not terrible, and he's got outlier on his slider. So they said it goes up to 94 miles an hour, which is pretty crazy and going to be really hard to hit. As you can see in the circle right there, we have the stubs. As one of the silver awards, we have a diamond duos, and then we have some packs. And then for the gold awards, we have the NL and AL All-Stars and the bosses pack. So gold for bosses in there is not that bad. And then the diamond is that chase pack. And who's in there is pretty interesting. So if this is the chase pack reward, we have De La Cruz from the Reds. Obviously, this is the card based off when he hit the cycle. And it's got to be one of the best ones in the game that we've seen. I mean, 99 speed. He's got 92 fielding with a 99 arm, which is insane. He's got 125 against righties and really good versus lefties. Like I said, the worst stats of the division, but overall, this card is literally insane. So excited to try to get this one as well. Alright, so let's go over Team Affinity. We always have Team Affinity Season 3 into the game with all these ones. There's a ton of cards in here. I'm not going to go over all the cards. We're just going to look at the bosses. They have brought some old classics cards back from 2017 and 2018 and all those good years. But yeah, here are the cards. They look pretty good, I'm not going to lie. But yeah, a lot of cards to get through. But, you know, here are just some of the cards that we have. All these ones are pretty good, and they only go to 150 in these programs. All the same ways to get them through the conquest, through the showdowns. They have a new collection, which we got to talk about. So all those henchman cards that we're getting can be used for this collection. So all those classic cards that we're going to be getting, you can pretty much use for this collection. And these cards are really good. So let's start off with the first one. We have 95 Freddie Freeman Captain card. This captain is obviously for the hitters in Team Affinity Season 3. Not really the best card, but, you know, we move on. We got a pitching captain, pretty much the same thing, Spencer Strider. You know, not an insane card, but we move on. This Shane McClanahan, who just got hurt, I'm pretty sure, has got a card right here. Fastball change, curve, and slider, pretty good overall. No outlier in his quirks, if anyone was wondering. A pretty good card. We get to some of the hitter now. Luis Arias' card is pretty good with the 125 contact and vision and clutch. Obviously batting 400 this season, so been playing pretty well. So this is his card. At 70 cards collected, we have Matt Olson, which is really good. All these All-Star cards that have this little yellow background are all animated, by the way. So just want to point that out. His card's pretty good overall. You know, he doesn't have the best speed or feeling, but the hitting is pretty good for this one. Then we have Jose Ramirez at 99 overall, 84 speed, 92 fielding. Really good stats across the board for the hitting. Can play second, short, or left. So that's another really good card. And then we get to this Corbin Carroll card. When you collect all the classics, you get this one. 99 speed across the board, 90 fielding, and 125 pretty much across the hitting stats, which is insanely good. And this card's definitely going to be scary. So at 90 collected classics cards, you can can get that Corbin Carroll. So that's the main new thing they've added to the Team Affinity collections, or Team Affinity is collections, which is insanely cool. Then we have all the other cards. You can pretty much get all of them. We've seen this before, so we got captain's cards. You know, we got 5 each right there, and then we have obviously the actual, you know, cards, and then we have classics. So 15 per you know, Team Affinity. So that's almost like 100 cards right there on the dot. So that's pretty impressive overall. 100 cards in the Team Affinity, and you like to see that. As well as we have the June monthly rewards program. A lot of good cards in here that you know that we're gonna have to collect and all this stuff. But the final card is a little bit insane. As you guys do know, it is the Shohei Ohtani card. He's got a good slurve, good fastball, cutter, splitter, and he has a sinker on his card, which many people did not expect him to have, which is going to be an insanely good pitch combination when you actually get to use him. So yeah, good pitching stats overall. But he did hit this in this last month. So here's hitting stats, which look even insane. He does remind me a lot of that Aaron Judge card with the low vision. Really good speed, really good fielding, but the vision's really low. But like I said again, if you're able to connect with cards like this, you're going to put these balls over fences. So, you know, this card is really good, and he's going to be in this. And they've lowered it to 100 points now, so it's really nice. They made this actually a lot better. So we got all the moments, as you guys can see here. We got all the stat collecting missions, and then for PXP they grouped them together. So the only actual PXP you really have is with Blackman and Ron Guidry, and then all the other ones are for hitters and pitchers, and then just the program in general. So they made it a lot better, so you don't have to do each individual player, which I personally think that's a massive change. So it's gonna be a lot easier to get this with the collection we have here, which, you know, I could probably do that now. Hold on, I only got a couple, so I could probably do that now. And then in the exchanges, and then the June collection, we got to talk about June tops now, as they just added a couple more cards. We have a 99 Domingue Germán. I think this card kind of got scammed a little bit, because the only 77 Ks per 9 is kind of weird in my opinion, considering, you know, he pitched a perfect game. But, you know, obviously curve, fastball, sinker, and circle change on this one. So it's another card you can get. Obviously made history. I thought they gave him a little bit better stats, but I don't know, it is what it is. And we obviously have new World Series rewards collections. Let's start off with this Sean Murphy catcher card. This one looks really good in my opinion. He's definitely up there with a bunch of catchers. I do think the Adley Rutschman, which we're going to look at in a moment, is a little bit better than this one, but that's just my opinion. Really good card overall, good fielding stats, not much speed. But next we have Satchel Paige. So this card looks really good as well. He's obviously got that fastball, curve, slider, screwball, sinker, which is a really good combination. So really good pitching card overall. I think I'll see this one in a lot of ranked season matches. And I think the best card we have is this Juan Soto. I mean, really good, the 56 speed, not the best 81 fielding, but the hitting is absolutely insane with this one. I mean, the 25 clutch, 100 on the vision, and the stats are just insanely good with this Juan Soto. So definitely the one I think I'm going to pick up. Maybe the Page, I don't know, I'm still kind of debating on these two. So let's get into these collections. Obviously, as you can see, they added a Team Affinity collection in here, so you can get all, you know, the Team Affinities right from here, which is nice. The Set 3 collections have added something a little bit different. So we're going to go through everything right here. So you can see, we first start off with a 99 Alexis Diaz fastball, slider, sinker, which is a really good combo. I think he'd only be good for like an inning though, but that's just my opinion. He's got really good hits and Ks per 9. So at 50 cards, you're going to get him. You're going to get this Negro League's Hilton Smith up next. Starting pitcher. He's got an interesting mix with the curveball, the fastball change, sinker, and slider, which is pretty good overall. And he doesn't have any quirks on this card, so nothing crazy. He can hit and play left and right field, which is interesting. The hitting stats aren't really the best, but you know, it is what it is for a card like that. 120 cards, we're going to get 99 Jackie Robinson, which looks insanely good. Can play the whole infield and can play left field as well. So this is another really good card to the game. I mean, 99s across the board, 92 on the fielding. I mean, just insane stats from this Jackie Robinson. 99 bunt even too, which is insane. And even the power, you can still hit home runs with that card. I mean, we've seen that in games or cards before. Like Ozzie Smith, we've seen him get an insane power boost up to like 80, and he's still able to hit home runs. So that's really impressive overall. The Set 3 choice pack, Adley Rutschman. I think this card is definitely better than the Sean Murphy I just showed. Let me know your guys' thoughts in the comment section about that. But he is a switch hitter and can play first base. 99 fielding across the board, 63 speeds. So insanely good card in my opinion. Next up we have Ronald Acuna Jr., 99 overall in this one. 90 speed, 90 steal, really good, 88 fielding, and then the hitting just speaks for itself. I mean, the 125 clutch, the 101 or 111 vision's insanely good. So just an insanely good card. So next up we have Martin Dihigo, He can play every position in the game. That's kind of the draw of this card. So let's go over his pitching stats. He's obviously got that fastball, the curveball, the sinker, slurve, screwball. Really good mix, I think. He has outlier on that fastball as well. So really good pitching card, I think, in my opinion. The hitting is where it gets a little interesting, so he can play anywhere that you need him. He's got really good fielding at 95, 99 arm, 93 speed, 73 stealing. He's pretty good. He's got decent clutch. He's got pretty good power, good vision. So interesting to see if people actually use him for the hitting stats. I think there's just so many good cards in this game that it's kind of hard to use him right now, especially with a lot of the cards we're showing. And then the last one we have at 190 cards is this Austin Riley. We've been getting some insane third baseman in this game, and here's another one to add to the mix. He can also play first or left field, which is pretty nice. So I definitely have to use him in left field, I think, in my opinion, because Chipper Jones has still got that for me. 87 fielding overall, 86 arm, 77 speed. Really good hitting stats. I mean, we're talking 100 everything. So definitely a solid card, throughout this collection. And then you get the second one at 230, and then the third one at 300. So a ton of cards getting introduced into the game right now. Just a ton of stuff to go for. And, honestly, there's just so much to get into. So let's go over some of the banners to end out the video. You can obviously see a lot of the cards right here that you can get. There's also the event. Yeah, there's also the event with 99 Josh Helm, who's pretty good. There's also a Jid Edmonds in there as well. So we have got the June monthly awards, the ranked season program, XP reward path, obviously the show shop, a ton of new players and cards in there. And here's the schedule. Here's everything you guys need to know about this. We're getting Monday night and Tuesday night home run derby and all-star game packs as soon as the games are, well, not as soon, a couple hours after the games are done. And then Wednesday we have an all-star program coming into the game. So a ton of content to be playing right now. If I were you guys, I would exit the video, go hop on. And, that's what I'm personally doing right now. So, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out, everyone.